Welcome to the Mint Report, a Union Budget Day special today. Here's a look at the headlines. Chidambaram presents an inclusive budget. SUVs, luxury cars and high-end mobile phones to get more expensive. Sensex tanks to 3-month low post the budget. On Thursday, Finance Minister presented an inclusive budget which puts the spotlight on the important electoral constituencies of women, youth and the poor. Some of the key announcements he made include a government-owned bank exclusively for women with initial capital of 1,000 crore rupees. Nirbhaya Fund of 1,000 crore rupees for safety of women are some of the other initiatives announced. Also, there is a 1,000 crore rupee reward for skill development of the youth and to roll the cash transfer scheme before the 2014 elections. In addition to this, Chidambaram also announced a tax credit of 2,000 rupees to the 2 to 5 lakh per annum income bracket. Moving on to some of the key tax hikes that were announced today. Individuals earning 1 crore rupees or more a year will have to pay a new surcharge of 10%. The surcharge has been increased to 10% from 5% on companies earning 10 crore rupees or more, as well as for foreign companies paying 40% tax. Chidambaram has also proposed to hike duty on mobile phones costing more than 2,000 rupees to 6%. Excise and custom duty on SUV and luxury cars have also been raised. He proposed to hike basic customs duty on luxury cars to 100% from 75%. Chidambaram also proposed to raise duties on sports utility vehicles from 27% to 30%, exempting those used for commercial purposes. Next up is a major fund allocation for the various sectors and institutions. The troubled national carrier, Air India, will get 5,000 crore rupees in the next fiscal. As a part of the turnaround plan cleared by Cabinet, the government is also going to infuse more than 30,000 crore rupees in equity over 9 years, starting 2012-13. Terming education a high priority for the government, Chidambaram proposed an allocation of 65,867 crore rupees for the education sector. It is an increase of 7.23% from the current fiscal. The defence sector gets a 5% increase in the budget allocation. India will spend 2.03 trillion rupees on the defence for the next fiscal. For the health sector, Chidambaram has earmarked 37,730 crore rupees, majority of which is dedicated to rural and urban health missions. For the housing sector, a 2,000 crore rupee urban housing fund will be launched in the year starting April to combat an acute shortage of houses. The major headache of the finance minister has been the ballooning fiscal deficit. Fiscal deficit for the current year stands at 5.2% and for 2013-14 it is estimated to be at 4.8%. India's fiscal deficit during the April to January period was 4.6 trillion rupees. Lastly, the markets which did not share the budget announcements. Investors were largely unimpressed by the union budget as the finance minister failed to curb expenditure and keep up the economic reform sentiment. The Sensex shed 290 points to close at 18,891 points. The rival Nifty shed 103 points to close at 5,693 points. His announcement to liberalize investment towards development of infrastructure and construction projects did not excite the traders. A perception that the government lacked major initiatives to woo foreign investors added to the disappointment. With that, it's a wrap on this edition of Mint Report. Thanks for watching.